Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review, and this is different for me, but I have enjoyed it immensely. And if you're into late 60s psychedelic psych music, then this will be something you'll probably quite like. But it isn't from that period. It's actually from 1997, and it features members of Pearl Jam and Soundgarden, and it was new to me. I think this is their first of 3 albums, and it's being reissued on vinyl, on Splatter vinyl, which I'll show you now. And here it is, and it is Wellwater Conspiracy, Declaration of Conformity. Now look at the dudes on the back. Look at that picture. This is a very, very interesting album, and I'll show you the actual record in a second. The only bit of blurb that came with it was reissued, the 1997 classic album on splattered red vinyl, a jangling freakout of psychedelia. It's an insult to folks like me who were actually there. This is not the Summer of Love from the Box of Rain Quarterly, featuring John McBain, Monster Magnet, Matt Cameron from Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, and Ben Shepherd from Soundgarden. And here it is. And it works on your turntable. If you want to go back to 1967 without using a time machine, then this will do just that. So, what are my thoughts on it? I have to say... It features a cover of a Syd Barrett song, and this is an interesting thing to say, really, because if you're a fan of Syd Barrett, you know that Syd Barrett songs are unique to Syd Barrett, and if the Syd Barrett song appeared on a compilation, you'd know it was Syd Barrett because it would just stick out. It doesn't stick out on here, which tells you a lot about the other songs, doesn't it? It is very much distorted garage guitars, but what makes it amazing for me, and I put in my notes here, is that a lot of bands will try and say that they're influenced by a certain period of rock history or whatever, and you can try studio techniques and stuff, but actually it's not as easy as you think. This sounds like it was recorded then. It really is kind of like a garage type sound. It doesn't sound, you wouldn't think, if someone said to you, guess who's in this, I wouldn't have thought it was Soundgarden or Pearl Jam at all. I just would not. On my review, I put things like very 60s, fuzz tone guitar, very groovy, very great instrumentals. It sounds it's sort of something that was recorded in a coffee shop or in a garage. It really does. The song titles are Declaration of Conformity, as I said. The 2 bands that it reminded me of, and again, remember, I can only really reference things that I've got in my collection, but it would be the 13th Floor Elevators. It's amazing they've got it to sound like this. Electric Prunes and Iron Butterfly, especially the instrumentals. And I know that there's a couple of people in the music group who are really into this as well. Whether it's because I've got into things like Fruits de Mer record label, Sendelica and stuff like this, but this to me just fits in with that. It's kind of... I mean, Fruits de Mer record label is stuff now, isn't it? I mean, this is 1997 this came out, but it just fits in with that feel. It's a fun record. It's a fun record, and they must have had fun making it. But how they created something that sounds like it actually was recorded at that time without being tempted to put that sheen and gloss of modern production techniques. And for those of you thinking, God, it must sound like it's from the 60s, there's nothing wrong with that. There's something innocent about recordings from that period that sound that kind of really kind of trebly Telecaster type sound. I love it. So that is out now, and it's very limited as far as I know. So I don't know how many of them are, but if you're into Soundgarden and Monster Magnet and Pearl Jam, you probably already know about this. I didn't. It was new to my radar, but as I say, because of my love of Fruits de Mer record label and the kind of esoteric kind of psych stuff that comes out from that, I was intrigued to see what I'd missed out of. And remember, the 90s was a weird time for music. especially for people of my vintage, because we were buying houses and raising families, we kind of lost touch. And of course, the internet hadn't been invented properly in the 90s. So it was still very hard to find things and discover things if your friends hadn't bought it. Or, I mean, a lot of music press was fragmenting at that time as well. So that's the great thing about 2023, or now. Channels like this will bring things to your attention that you didn't even know existed, even though they'd been out a long time. So, Wellwater Conspiracy, Declaration of Conformity, Splatter vinyl. I love a bit of splatter vinyl. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Ring that little bell thing, share, tell everyone you've ever met in your life. Join the Facebook group, become a patron or a YouTube member. Buy me a coffee via Ko-fi if you'd like. Take care. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor, and I shall see you very, very soon.